Ahoy! So we're going to be doing a little tiny mini review of the 2150 UGEE 21.5-inch display. It is, well, fuck. First thing we're going to get into is the pricing. It's pretty affordable for a graphics tablet you can actually draw on the screen with. It starts off at about $600 new, and then it can go anywhere between $400 to $500 something used. And that is pretty affordable, once again, comparatively to other tablets like Wacom, who is like, I don't know, your fucking rent? It is your fucking rent. Like, that is somebody's rent. That should not be allowed. So, of course, comparatively to that, this is definitely in a broke college student's price range. However, the quality is not sacrificed due to pricing. It is actually a very great product. It only has one incy-wincy little quirk, and I'm about to get into that right now. Now, when you unbox it, you're going to be seeing a lot of shit. First, of course, is the huge, awesome screen that you're going to unwrap. Then it's going to be a USB cable, VGA cable, HDMI cable, a free glove, 2 sets of pins, 2 sets of chargers, and the installation disc, of course. It also comes with 2 free screen protectors. However, personally, I say if you want to get these screen protectors on this screen and not have them bubble up and make your screen look like shit and like not usable, take it to a shop and have them put it on or something, because it is kind of a pain in the butt. It also has an adjuster in the back of it, which is pretty nice. So if you want to go from flat to all the way upright, whatever floats your boat, you can pretty much do it. The drivers. The drivers are, there's kind of no other way to put it. The drivers are hell. The drivers are fucking hell. I have never had to go through so much shit to install a drawing tablet, ever. I mean ever. Genius wasn't this fucking difficult, and Genius sucks balls. However, do not fret right away, because there is a reason why it was this fucking difficult. And said reason is linked to previous drivers on the computer. So I'm gonna forewarn you right now. If you have any old tablet drivers on your computer, make sure you hunt those motherfuckers down and you uninstall and delete every single trace. Because if you don't, UGEE will refuse to install, essentially. It just won't fucking work. It won't turn on. It won't even recognize your little clicks of the pen. You can hit the pen 1,000 times, nothing will happen. All because of that one little tiny remnant of that driver that you either didn't uninstall all the way or uninstall correctly. To be honest with you, it might be better to even do a whole computer system restore, because it was just, ugh! I spent a good 8 hours, I believe, trying to get this shit to work. Speaking of which, just a heads up to any Mac users out there, you will need to order a tiny little device called a mini DP to HDMI and VGA cable adapter. Ugh, that's a mouthful right there. But yes, you will be needing that, or else it defeats the whole purpose of even having the tablet and you cannot see what you're doing, obviously. Now, after you survive the hell of getting it installed, this is where the good part comes in. The drawing part. Now, before you even begin drawing, even though you don't absolutely need it, I would highly recommend wearing either the glove they give you or wearing one of your own. I personally purchased one from Dokiware because they look pretty cool. I highly recommend wearing a glove just because we have skin, and skin tends to have oil and sweat. And so when you are drawing on this sensitive screen, the last thing you want is some kind of slick interfering with what you're doing. So, not mandatory, but kind of convenient. Drawing on this thing is like a digital art dream. It feels very smooth in the hand, very nice grip, and whatever you do, it does immediately. No delay, no jitter, no lines in the wrong place. It's perfectly transparent to what you tell it to do. So the pen pressure is very sensitive. However much force you apply, or whatever stroke you do, whatever width, etc., it will apply it automatically without problem. Also, you can use it across several different interfaces. Sometimes you have these issues where tablet drivers are installed and they do not, for whatever reason, work with one program over the other. This does not have that issue. There is no clash of interfaces. It works fine in InDesign, it works fine in Flash, works fine in Photoshop, Psy, Clip Studio Paint, whatever. Whatever it is you use, it'll have no issue. Now as for the display itself, it's pretty great. So it's HD, you can adjust the brightness, you can adjust tonal correction, color correction, contrasting, etc., all that good stuff. Now, if you are one of those people who are into toggle switches, this tablet does not have much of that. The closest to toggling you would get is within the pen. The pen can double as a mouse for many of the click and drag motions or highlighting. But as far as actual toggle switches, that's pretty much non-existent with this product. Personally for me, I do not give any shits. I just need a tablet that I can draw on, right-click on, and have settings for. But if you are one of those people who likes to apply certain shortcuts for certain things, then this may be a downside for you, because it does not have any toggle switches whatsoever beyond turning it off, turning it on, and adjusting the brightness. Now as for use with a Mac computer, you might get a slightly different feel here. Even though the UGEE 2150 is an HD screen, it is not a Apple HD screen. And what I mean is, Apple has this technology in their screens that have given them 4K ultra high definition displays. Now, as far as I know, no one else has this yet, embedded into their computer's display system. And that means the tablets don't have it either. So when you place them side by side, you may see a slight color difference. Now, I personally cannot blame this on UGEE, because once again, very few other companies have access to putting 4K quality HD into their computer graphics. So as far as using a Mac would go, I would just recommend that you have to look back from monitor to monitor from time to time to make sure you're getting the right color that you want. Again, it's not severe, it's just something you might have to double check. So all in all, I'd say it's a pretty great alternative to the other expensive options. And I've had it for some time now, about 3 or 4 months give or take. And no issues thus far. A lot of the times, these cheaper products, they sometimes have an issue with the shorts and the wires or pins falling apart, something weird, something like fucked up. But here, no, not at all. And if you've been drawing with a tablet for a long time and have been wanting to get an on-screen tablet, then I would definitely recommend this one. They also have the 13-inch version, which is essentially the same thing, just on a smaller platform, so you can go ahead and get that as well. But yeah, that's about it. The only reason I wouldn't give it a 10/10 is because of the drivers, honestly. The drivers were hell. But other than the drivers, smooth sales. I'd say it's perfect for the novice, perfect for a professional, does what it's supposed to do, good quality, good form. So, yeah. Go home. Go home.